Not the headlight, not the rust in my fuse box, not a battery connection. What up guys, Adrian from YouMotorcycle, and today I'm gonna tell you what killed my BMW G650GS completely. So, little backstory, a couple months ago at this point, I had installed this LED headlight from China, no name brand, no website, no source, just a random part from a mysterious place. And then a couple weeks later, my bike completely dies out on me. And I'm thinking, are these two things related? What's going on here? This video is gonna be looking at how I was able to troubleshoot the issue, what in fact my issue was. I think that even if you're not a GS owner, if you just like learning about how to troubleshoot motorcycles, this will be beneficial to you because there are gonna be kind of 5 takeaways that I'll share at the end of the video. So yeah, you'll see what I mean. So I get my motorcycle home and the first thing I do is I check my fuses. Hopefully there's just a fuse that's out somewhere. Although the way my bike is reacting, I'm thinking it's more than just that. But I like to start with the easiest stuff and then check out the more complicated stuff further on down the road. So I look at the fuses, all of my fuses are okay. I do notice a little bit of corrosion in my fuse box, which I've never seen before. If you guys have seen that, please let me know. Is that normal? Anyway, my fuses are good, so I check the next thing. You would be surprised how many people have issues because of a battery ground terminal coming loose. It can cause this kind of complete lack of any lighting going on. I grab a T25 Torx, I grab a Phillips, I take the center cover off that allows me to get access to my battery. So I'm thinking maybe the terminal has just come right off or something weird is happening. I look at the battery, everything is tight, everything is good. This battery is well connected to the motorcycle wiring harness. I'm not worried about that. So what else could it be? My next step is I take out my multimeter. Multimeter just tells me what the voltage is for a given battery. I took a multimeter to it. It's reading 12.7 volts. And normally you would think 12.7 volts is great for a 12 volt battery. On about probably 90% of motorcycles, 12.7 volts is like 100% perfect. Totally exactly what it should be when your bike is just sitting at rest. I do also notice though that the top of my battery is pretty warm and I'm like, that's kind of weird because this bike's been sitting for hours, the battery shouldn't be warm. So I'm thinking, that's weird. But then I remember it's a lithium battery that I'm using and maybe they're a little bit different. But I thought, is it though? So I compared to my other bike that's on a lithium battery and that one is sitting at 13.3 volts. This is weird because at rest, the two batteries should have roughly the same voltage and one is much lower. I wonder if this battery is just weak. I take out my 12.7 volt battery that I had in there that failed me. And I put it to the side and I drop the new one, the new lithium, 13.3 volts in. And you gotta be kidding me. The bike fires right up immediately. So now I know there was an issue with that battery, but I have a question of like a chicken or the egg situation of, did the bike have a problem because the battery was bad, or did the battery have a problem because something in the bike, like a charging system issue, was bad? Which was the cause and which was the reaction, I guess, is what I'm trying to figure out. Or I'm wondering, is this brand new headlight drawing too much power and killing my batteries prematurely? So to test this, you typically would grab your multimeter, you'd hook it up to your battery, and then you'd fire up the bike, you'd watch sort of the voltage. And then if you rev it, you should see as you rev it, vroom, vroom of the voltage going up and then coming down, and then vroom, going up and coming down. And that seems to be happening. So I do not have a charging system issue. Do I possibly have an issue of that headlight I put in, the weird no-name brand headlight from China, causing some sort of power drain that's just slowly sucking the life out of my batteries? I don't know. So for the next couple weeks, I'm taking it kind of around the neighborhood. I'm not going too far from home. After a while, I conclude, I don't think it's the headlight. I don't think it's the charging system. I think there was just something wrong with that battery, which is super weird because that battery only had about 2,500 kilometers. It shouldn't have died out of nowhere, no warning sign, just dead. Right? And at this point, that battery is not even, it's not taking a charge, it's not holding a charge. So I reach out to the manufacturer. This doesn't seem right. And they said a lithium battery has basically like a little computer. It has a BMS, I think, battery management system built into there, and it had like capacitors and stuff because during COVID, there was always supply chain shortage issues and they couldn't work with their original supplier. So temporarily they got a new one. And they said, tell you what, if you ship us that battery and we see that it is that part that failed, we will ship you a new battery for free. They tested, we're so sorry. You did have one of the batteries with the problems. It was not the headlight, not the rust in my fuse box, not a battery connection. It was literally just that a little tiny capacitor that's probably like this big inside my battery itself failed. If you have a Lithium battery, it sits at a higher voltage. That's for a number of reasons. I got a video on batteries, lithium batteries specifically, coming out. I'll be reviewing the one that I'm talking to you about. And if you want to catch that, hit subscribe. It'll be out in a bit. The second takeaway is a multimeter for $18 is just such a valuable tool. Like, I bought mine almost 20 years ago and it still gets used weekly, and I'll link to them below. The third takeaway is just don't just take a loss and think, oh well. Do not accept that, because a lot of these companies, they know when there's issues and they're totally willing to be responsible and to own it. And I think that that is awesome. Fourth one is that BMW GS headlight. Honestly, I love it. I know some of you guys don't like the aesthetic. For me personally, I think it is a great aesthetic upgrade. Don't hesitate to buy it, because nothing went wrong with the bike that was the headlight's fault. The fifth thing is you never really can stop learning, so don't. I had no idea that lithium batteries had to be at a different voltage at rest than a lead acid did. So originally I saw 12.7, I thought it was great. And if you want to keep on learning about motorcycles, I do stuff like this every single week where I test different stuff out. If you like learning about motorcycles and just seeing how stuff works with me, hit subscribe and we'll figure it out together, all right? Thanks for watching. I'm Adrian from YouMotorcycle. Ride safe. Peace.